What up, everybody? This is RVT coming at you with my recap of the Titans' first preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks won 27-17. The game just now ended. We started this game. Sorry about that. We started this game so shaky. I really don't know what to take from this game, honestly. As the game progressed and the second teams came into the game for both squads, the Titans got a little bit better, but that first team versus first team was kind of pathetic. The Seahawks look a lot better than the Titans did, especially early on. First play of the game, it doesn't get much worse than a pick six in the very first play from scrimmage. That was kind of a freak play, but then that other interception Matt Hasselbeck threw, he has no excuse for that. That was pathetic, really. He just threw up a prayer. It was triple coverage. This guy was nowhere near being open, and he just threw it. But I mean, the game was kind of close at halftime. I think it was 10-3 at halftime, yeah. And Titans came back and scored 14 in the third quarter. But that Darius Renard had a really big game. Had the one long touchdown run for the Titans, and he had that punt return. So he looks like an explosive player. He might help on special teams this year. It might provide as a change of pace back for the Titans. Personally, Jake Locker looked a lot better than Matt Hasselbeck did, and as of right now, if I had the honor of choosing the starting quarterback for the Titans, I would definitely have Jake Locker starting. He just looks a lot better than Matt Hasselbeck. The offense just runs way more smoothly with Jake Locker in the game. He makes a lot more plays, especially with his feet. I think the Hasselbeck era is over. Well, we'll see next game, and we'll know by week 3. But I really believe it's over. And hopefully, as a Titans fan, for the best for our team, I think Jake Locker should be the starter. Chris Johnson did not have a big game at all. He was having his retarded 1-yard runs all game. Well, it was 5 plays he played. I think it was 5 for 8. Yeah, 5 for 8. He only had one play over like 2 yards, and that was on a run where he was looking for a hole, and then he couldn't find one, so he ran to the other side of the field, and there was nobody over there, luckily, and he got 9 yards on it. Like I said, Darius Renard had a big game. He had that one, it was a 21-yard touchdown run. Rusty Smith actually looked pretty good. Rusty Smith looked better than Matt Hasselbeck. Granted, he was playing against the second and third string defense, but he looked pretty good, honestly. Then Nick Stevens came in that last drive. He was 4 or 5, but that was just with a team, like the fourth string defense with 2 seconds left to go in the game. But he didn't look bad as for a 4-stringer. So Rusty Smith, like I said, had a good game. He's going to provide as a really good 3rd stringer. But like I said, Jake Locker, hopefully he's going to be the starter. Honestly, not Kenny Britt. Kendall Wright had a pretty good game. I think he had 3 catches for 47 yards. Just a pretty good first game for in his first Titan career. Mark Mariana had a pretty good game. 2 receptions for 52 yards and we had no touchdown passes this game, but we had a big play in special teams. Our defense was pretty good in the first half. After that first drive. We were a little shaky that drive. We could not stop Matt Flynn until that interception by Colin McCarthy. I think Matt Flynn started the game 8 for 8, and then he threw that pick, so he was 8 for 9. I think it was like 11 of 13 or something like that passing. But our secondary looked kind of shaky. We couldn't stop the run at first, but like I said, as the game progressed, we got a little bit better in that department. I think Matt Hasselbeck played the first quarter and a little bit more, and then Jake Locker played the rest. I honestly didn't really pay close attention in the 4th quarter, so I can't tell you too much about that. All I do know is what happened in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Russell Wilson had a really, really big game. He ran like a maniac. I don't think he ran too many times, like 3 or 4 times, but I know each time he ran, he had like 20 yards. And he had one scramble for like, 3 attempts for 59 yards, and a touchdown. So Russell Wilson is a really good quarterback. Don't take me wrong. It's going to come down to the wire between him and Matt Flynn, but I do believe Matt Flynn will end up starting just because they put too much of an investment in him. But I think maybe wouldn't be surprised if Matt Flynn struggles the first few games of the season that they put in Russell Wilson, because he definitely is the part. Russell Wilson was 12 of 16, 124 yards in one half of football. He did throw one pick. It was like a really bad pass actually. It was on a post route in the end zone and threw it way too short. But Matt Flynn had a big game. He was 11 of 13 for 71 yards. So we really couldn't stop Russell Wilson at all. He was really dangerous overall as a runner and a passer. But maybe that's just a big part of our secondary issues. That's my one concern right now as a team is our pass rushing and our secondary. Because from all indications so far, our secondary is probably going to be one of the worst in the NFL. Honestly, our rush defense is going to be pretty good, but all indications on all rides on how we do this year is on our pass rush, and hopefully the addition of Cameron Wembley will be helpful in some way. Let's see who had the most tackles. Colin McCarthy had the most tackles. Cameron Wembley only had one tackle, but I'm guessing he didn't play too much, or didn't notice too much from him. Braylon Edwards had that really big catch for Seattle, so props to him. He caught that on like our second string corner. I don't know. Our corners just need to get in the game. Our safeties need to get in the game, and we just need to tighten up as a secondary core, and hopefully they'll get better as the preseason goes on. Because right now, our secondary, like I said, is doing terrible. And even that preseason game against the Falcons, I mentioned it, not preseason game, the scrimmage they had. Even in that, the first string quarterback was, Matt Ryan was 5 of 6 passing. The second string Chris Redman was 4 of 4 passing. And the third string quarterback Dominique Davis was 5 of 5 of passing. And then John Parker Wilson, obviously, and of course, was 1 of 5 passing. But to have a first, second, third string quarterback doing that well against you is not good. So our secondary needs to get better. That's our biggest need for improvement right now. So we'll see how they do the rest of the preseason. Seahawks win this game 27-17, and I don't know, man. We gotta, like I said, secondary is the biggest issue right now. We play, crap. Who do we play next week? The Tampa Bay Bucks, and that is not on TV. Then we play the next week against the Cardinals on Thursday night, and it's called Monday Night Football. It makes no sense to me. So I'll see you guys next week on Friday. We play the Buccaneers. I'll make a preview video for this game, maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'll see you guys later. As always, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans. See you later.